Hi, I'm so glad you're here. I've missed you, and I'm here to share some art with you. Hi, I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for joining me. Hi, you're here. I'm so glad you could join me today. I have a very lonesome cat here. He has been so neglected, but he's very glad you're here, and I'm very glad you're here. Is this thing even recording? Are you going to behave now? Are you going to behave? I don't think he is. I got my first piece of mail as since I've become, as part of my art. So I got this from Unca Noodles. We follow each other on Instagram, and he even decorated the envelope. It's got all the moods you could possibly be feeling these days. And I can't tell you how much it uplifted me just to get this. He included a nice note on a piece of cardboard. I love that. Um, I love I love repurposing packaging materials. I do it myself. And he sent me his Zine, and it's uh, kind of like a comic magazine. And he sent a sticker with it. Look at the sticker and airheads. And his characters are just so well drawn, and they're so expressive. And I hope he doesn't mind my saying, I think they're kind of cute. And cute's a good thing. And also, and a lot of his characters have chipa someplace on them. And I had to ask what that meant. I actually looked it up on Urban Dictionary, but there were so many, uh, such a wide variety of definitions. So I had to ask him. And he says it's an affectionate nickname that he and his family had for his grandma. So it's nothing dirty in this case, you guys. It's all clean and very wholesome. I'm going to flip through it, but I don't want to give too much of it away because he's selling these. And so I'll just flip through so you can get an idea what it is. They're basically comics, and he's put them in a collection of a Zine. I'm not very familiar with the whole Zine. I don't know what you would call it, the whole Zine thing, but I always like to look at his drawings, and I have a notification whenever he posts something, so I can always make sure I don't miss it. But look at these. They're so funny. I always get such a kick out of seeing them. And so anyway, it's Unca Noodles, Unkuhnoodles. That's his name on Instagram. Yeah, and I'll put that on the screen here. That's his image, and it's on Instagram at Unca Noodles. So go give him a look, see all of his cool comics, and thanks so much for sending that to me. It really brightened my day. I was kind of having a bad day, and I went to the post office and picked it up, and really lifted my spirits. So thanks a lot. And I'll tell you what, I like the sticker so much, I decided to put it on this sketchbook that I got for Christmas. And I've never used a sticker like this before, so Unca Noodles, you're my very first sticker. How do you like that? And then in this sketchbook, I had drawn this drawing, and I did it kind of off camera. sometimes I get a little stage fright or something when I try to record everything that I draw or paint. I get a little inhibited, and so I just decided. I was watching TV with my husband and I had the sketchbook and I drew this. So I liked the drawing enough, I decided I would record painting it for you. And I used a limited palette. I used like a PR 101. I can't remember the name they call it, but it's like an earthy red. And then I used chromium green oxide, and I think I used Cascade green. And I think I used phthalo turquoise or phthalo blue. Or actually, I may have used, I honestly don't know what I used. I just, I'm sorry. I don't remember the exact colors I used, but I don't really think it's that important. I think you guys can pick your own colors. You don't need to pick my colors. But the reddish brown and the chromium green oxide are both Paul Rubens. I bought the tubes open stock on AliExpress. And I also got another color. I don't think I used it here, but Paul Rubens has the most beautiful Indian yellow. I just love it. It's gorgeous. It's a warm yellow. It's real bright, vibrant. I like it for the centers of flowers and stamens and stuff like that. So besides art, one of the things I've been doing is, besides taxes, they're done finally. Oh my God. I don't even want to tell you. What an ordeal. But anyway, they're done. Whew. And we've been going to the dentist and the doctor and catching up on all the appointments that we missed during COVID and snowstorms that things got rescheduled. But I have to tell you about our dentist. We have the funniest dentist. Her name's Dr. Amy, and she's a hoot. So my youngest son and she have this banter that they banter back and forth every time he goes in there. And this is what he wore at the dental visit. Isn't this what you wear to the dentist? Yeah. So he wore his novelty tooth socks. And I don't know if you noticed, but there were a couple of teeth dueling, I think, on there. But anyway, so my younger son, he won't let me tell you his name on the channel because he wants to stay completely anonymous. But he had my dentist and the dental hygienist convinced that he had cavities because he had been drinking this black market beverage called Ripjaw. Yeah, Ripjaw. And it had like double the carbolic acid than normal USDA approved beverages. I'm serious. Can you believe it? He had them convinced. And then of course he came clean and they were like, "Oh, man." Yeah. But anyway, they don't have a very big waiting room, and because of COVID and everything, and he had to have cavities and have laughing gas or something or whatever, and so my husband drove him out there so he wouldn't have to go by himself. And this is the dentist saw my husband sitting out in the car, and this is what she put on the window. Yeah, it's really good to have a dentist with a good sense of humor. She's definitely not the kind of dentist that's, I don't know. I always know I'm going to have a laugh. Even if I'm in pain, I'm going to laugh. And so that makes it all worth it for me. So now I'll talk about the painting again. And actually, I'm going to talk a little bit about the drawing. Somebody once mentioned that I wasn't doing, they thought I should be doing more with the lines and a little less doodling. And it's not that I take requests necessarily, but it did get me thinking. And I decided to see what I could do with that. And I came up with the idea of having little bubbles along the lines and, just making them kind of flow into different colors. And it was very meditative and a lot of fun to do. I highly recommend it. And it also kind of spurred some ideas of other things that I want to do as well. You know how I like to do mandalas, and I've been really interested in illumination lately. The Celtics had illumination, the Christians had illumination, so did the Muslims. I'm really drawn to the geometric artwork of Islam. And I'm not religious, it doesn't have anything to do with that. I dream of drawing perfect arabesques. And anyway, I found this on instruction online about how to make the gold paint. And one thing that has bothered me a lot is that the fine tech, any of the metallic paint I have, it's not very shiny. And you have to kind of wiggle it around in certain ways to make you really be able to see the gold and or whatever metallic. And so I got some 23.5 carat gold leaf, just one book of it. And I'm going to make some of it's called shell paint, and they make it out of 14 karat gold leaf. And it's kind of a labor intensive process, but I think I'm going to get my studio cleared up a little bit, and I'm going to record, not the whole thing because it would be very tedious to watch the whole thing, but I'll record a little bit of it, how it's done. And I'm very excited to use this paint. And so, it's amazing how one kind of art, when you're doing it, anything that's real meditative, sometimes it can kind of spur your creativity and make you think of other things you want to do. I will tell you too that I'm doing some stuff behind the scenes. I'm trying some other new materials like oil pastels, and I'll have to find it, but when I'm going to do some demonstration, when I get a little more comfortable with it. But this one artist mixed water-soluble pastels. She put gesso in her water, and it made it more opaque and more painterly, and it looked like an oil painting. And I experimented with that a little bit. It didn't turn out quite the same, but you have to practice stuff. You can't expect to do something for the first time and have it turn out perfectly. It's just not going to happen. And so I've been doing a lot of behind the scenes stuff, and I can't wait to share that with you when I feel comfortable recording it. And I'm going to take a watercolor painting class at the local, our art and recreation, parks and recreation. Anyway, they have activities, and there's this center. It used to be a bowling alley back in the 80s, 70s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. It's a really cool building, and they repurposed it, and it's our Heritage Art Center now. And anyway, I think I'm as excited to take the class because of the building and having an excuse to go there. But anyway, I'm going to take a watercolor class, and because I feel like I'm kind of at a plateau with my watercolor, I need maybe a little push to go further. I don't know. Sometimes you need a push, and sometimes you just need to be around other creative people. So I'm very excited to do that. I haven't checked. They do have a tendency to cancel classes if there isn't enough participation. So I'm really hoping that doesn't happen. And yeah. Oh, and also my website, I really need to work on that, you guys, and I will, I promise, this week coming up. I've just been incredibly busy with weird stuff, and I don't want to make excuses. It's just life is what it is, and I'm not doing the website isn't as easy for me as I feel like it ought to be. It should be pretty easy, but because I've created websites, but I think because it's drag and drop and stuff, it's, I don't know. It just, I'm struggling with it a little bit, but I'm putting up a fight. I'm going to get it put together. And I've also got some stuff at a local gallery that I want to put on the website. And I'm not sure exactly how to do that. I'm just now getting the paperwork back from the gallery. And there was paperwork. There's always paperwork, isn't there? Anyway, so that's finally getting finalized. And it's very exciting. And yeah, I'll put that on the website once I figure out how to do it, you guys. But in the meantime, I hope you guys are doing well. I think I always say that, but I really do. There's so much going on in the world today. Just take it easy. Take care of yourself. Take care of your friends and family. And don't forget, life turns on a dime. Don't forget to tell people how much they mean to you. Right? Anyway, you guys, thanks a lot for watching, and thanks for subscribing. I've got some new subscribers. I really appreciate your support. It means so much to me. And you guys, we'll see you in the next video. Bye.